It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see this team's sure-handed wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. But if he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
Back to throw. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. 3 plays in, and a test. It's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
His defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job.
And the defense unrelenting, a 3rd consecutive sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the 1 interception. I think today, get him off to a good start, get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you, and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it, and if they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. His throw left side is complete. A gain of 11 on that one. That's enough for a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. He'll drop to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Now a give on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
If you can't protect the quarterback in the NFL, you might as well just throw your entire playbook in the garbage. Everything starts there. And with the amount this quarterback's been hit and taken down here in the first quarter, are we confident that we're going to be able to even see him in the game come the 2nd?
He's to the 15. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play gets them down close, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will fight his way to the end zone.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7 0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Here's 2nd and 6. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here comes 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The home team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. A throw on the move is caught. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw here is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's into traffic, but taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. Quick throw, taken in, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They send a receiver in motion left. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now, faking the give. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And he will score. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Now, the extra point. The kick is good. And his guys move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. Here's 2nd and 2. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then they say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard.
The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks, Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the visitors get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll throw out of the gun. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
First and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. They'll look to throw. Got a man here, complete. And a milestone grab. Not just a first down, but catch number 100 on the year. They bring a tight end in motion left. Off the play fake. He'll look, and he cannot get away. Brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and long. Back to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now a timeout called by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. His kick is good. And his guy's going to open up a 17-3 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
The visitors' offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now they'll set up to throw. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll keep the drive moving. He's got the 1st down up to the 45. He'll look to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
So the decision has been made, and they will send the field goal unit out. This is going to be from 53 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. So we come to halftime in this 2-touchdown game. As we send you to, and instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. 1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. That one is good. And the visitors will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they'll try to keep it going. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one's going to be taken in over the middle.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
And he's going to take this past the 45, and that's good enough for a first down.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now a shot here, deep middle. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up third down. Throwing now from the gun. He'll try and get there on the ground.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force fourth down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be taken down.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off. You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now. You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. This team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Now a 3rd and 2. Now faking the give. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. Quick throw, taken in. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. The middle they go. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He'll go right and find his running back.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield.
Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. So it'll bring up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. So now this team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Back to throw here to begin the drive. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the air one more time. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. He works free, right side. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. 2nd half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. It's up and through, and his guys will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right back to the air following that pick 6. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
His 8th reception of the game, and good for a 1st down.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the 4th quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll look to throw again. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. A handoff as they try to run it here. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Handoff here, up the middle. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. This one complete right side. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he will have the first down. So they took a chance on 4th and 2. Didn't get it by much, but they do convert to keep the drive going. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 3rd down, 3 to go. Now they'll set up to throw. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to 16.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass.
That's in the end zone and intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. Slot man in motion left. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Slot man in motion right. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over.
Into space. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 72 yards for the touchdown. They continue to add points, Greg. Very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
The extra point, up and good. And his guys are going to extend their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He'll drop to throw. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. He'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play. Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. His throw left side is complete. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
First and 10 now from the 36. Now a give up the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Now a running play. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.